My name is Danielle Murray, and I'm the Renewable Energy Program Manager for the San Francisco Department of Environment. We cover a range of topics, everything from environmental education in schools to waste reduction, recycling, composting, and again, education on those, toxics reduction, green buildings, and then the section that I'm in is energy. And so we have a large focus on energy efficiency as well as renewable energy that I work on. We've got a couple exciting things going on right now. One is that the mayor announced a 100% renewable goal for the city last year. So we're currently working with a task force of really excellent members from across the energy community and local stakeholders to come up with an actionable plan to get us to 100% renewable power for the entire city, not just municipal facilities, but the community as well. So that's underway now. Look for that early next year. We'll come out with a recommendations report from the task force. But at the crux of that is community power and local control over power. If we want to get to 100%, we need to have either the help of utilities or our own local power system helping us meet that goal. And so one of the ways we're hoping to do that is through community choice aggregation, which is a bill that came out in the California legislature almost a decade ago now, that enables local governments to aggregate their customers, residential, commercial customers within their area, and source power for them. So in our case, it would be, and what we're working on right now is contracting with a power supplier to provide a 100% green electricity supply for customers in San Francisco, and it will be essentially an alternative to the existing utility, PG&E, in terms of where people get their power from. The power still gets carried over the same lines, it's distributed, transmitted over PG&E's infrastructure, but the power is sourced by the city or the city's agents, and as a result, we can say that we as customers of this community choice aggregation program, which will be called Clean Power SF, choose to take 100% green power. That may involve a small cost premium, but it's something that what we've seen from polls and from our local citizens is that they're willing to pay a little bit more, a couple dollars a month, $10 a month, to have a completely green product coming into their house, rather than what they're getting off the PG&E grid right now, which should be meeting our renewable portfolio standards in California at 20% right now, but actually are lagging behind. And so this is a way to move our electricity supply into a greener space and actually make sure that we are meeting those state mandates and going beyond even. So this is a main way that we can do that, and we obviously hope to work with PG&E to get there also, and to work with our local citizens to get more distributed generation in the city, on roofs, etc. We're also looking at some local projects like a wave power project offshore, but this is the main way that particularly citizens who don't have the roof space for a solar system, whether they're renters or leasers or they're businesses that are tenants in a building that they don't own, can actually buy green power through the CCA rather than only having the option of going with their utility and getting, right now it's about 16% renewable power. Well, they were a great proving ground for the concept. They're the first in the state to do a CCA, and it's, like you said, been a great success. They've had a lot of interest from their community members, high sign-up levels. They've actually got two products, a light green and a deep green product. So they've got one that I think is in the 20s, like 23 or 26% green. That's their light green product. And then they're also offering a 100% green product at a slight price premium over the average utility rates right now. And it's been great to see them move forward, to see the interest they're getting, and also, frankly, they're working out some of the kinks and have gone through the process of contracting and procuring the supply that we'll have to do down the line. And so we're learning a lot of lessons from them. We're watching them intently to see how things go. And as I mentioned, we've opted to skip the light green product and go straight to the 100% deep green renewable energy product because we think that there's a demand for that here in San Francisco. And honestly, we found that the folks who were willing to take part in the program at all, who wanted to see more renewable power, didn't just want to see 30% or 40% green. If they were going to opt into this, they wanted to see 100% green power. So they were willing to pay, again, that very slight price premium in order to say, not just I'm doing a little bit better than our utility, but we're going all the way and we're getting 100% green power from it. You know, I think that climate change is really the most pressing issue facing the entire world right now. And honestly, I'm incredibly concerned about it. I have been since I was in college and first started really hearing about it and learning from scientists the true effects going on in the world and just how dangerous it is and where we're headed if we don't change things right now. And I think energy is at the core of that issue, which is what motivated me personally to get into sustainable energy. And I think that's the driving factor for most people to support renewable energy and sustainable energy, in addition to obviously the health effects, which was previously what I was interested in, was human health. And so the way that renewable energy impacts both air quality, human health, and ultimate sustainability and livability on this planet is important. And on the political side, I mean, government has to be there leading the way to encouraging the shift towards renewable energy, towards sustainable sources of power. And as we've seen in the last few years, it's very hard to move things forward on the international stage, and there's been a lot of action at the local level. And so I think working for a progressive city like San Francisco in particular has been a great opportunity to move things forward, to set an example and show that you can change the status quo and that it's possible and it can even be practical and financially sound to shift towards not just renewable energy, but all sorts of sustainable measures, like I was talking about in our department, that range from reducing toxics to shifting to green buildings and recycling and composting. So, you know, we've seen financial benefits of the city from all of those, and our constituents have supported those movements. And it's not because we just live in a fairyland where we think that, you know, everything should be good and green, but because it makes financial sense for us, and it makes sense for our health and for our well-being. And so it's a great place to be doing the work, and I think that other cities have been leading the way as well, and there's a lot of good work to be done at this level. But again, you need both the people in administration in cities like myself, bureaucrats you might say, and the politicians to be supporting that movement as well and listening to their constituents who care deeply about these issues and taking that forward and creating positive policies that help support this.